You are going to be one of the first people to have. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation to be in this place. Let us start. PDP has been the ruling party for many years before President Buhari came and took over. As somebody who, not just a member of a party, you know, I've seen you in different fora, in platforms, you know, do a lot of analysis about political happening. What can you attribute to the reason why PDP has lost, particularly at the national level?
Well, first, let me congratulate you guys for putting up something like this. This is beautiful. This is first in its state. If I'm not mistaken, I'm sure what we only have in this state are state-owned television station.
Yes.
So it's a good thing, and particularly you coming from somewhere up the south to come and invest here, because this is an investment.
Yeah.
And I'm sure most of your staffs there are equally locals.
Yes.
So I want to appreciate you for doing that.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Well, PDP, the founding fathers will tomorrow or today turn in their graves and feel very bad that what they develop into becoming the biggest political party in not only Nigeria, in Africa. We could beat our chest and tell you then, in those days, that the PDP was the biggest political party in Africa. But today, it is what it is today. Not for any reason. We're all humans, and selfishness comes in. Ambition comes in. You find out that people's personal ambition overrides the party's manifesto. They look at themselves as bigger than the party, maybe because of the watches they carry. Possibly sometimes when they get into office, they forget that the first people who they are supposed to serve are those who elected them into office. When PDP came into office in 1999, you know the politics that brought in President Olusegun Obasanjo, while Atiku Abubakar was brought in to do deputizing. Olusegun Obasanjo, a very disciplined military officer, he came into the terrain in Nobis. And then coming in to politics and then starting from the top there, it was a little bit difficult for him to manage, particularly the different tendencies you had in the party then. There were some of them who, while the party was being formed, they had very deep pockets, they spent money, and they felt that there was need for them to be compensated, either by a kind of submitting names for ministers to be appointed, and then some of them go down to even nominate governors in some states of the federation. PDP then was a baby that grew gradually and became so big that it was challenging its fathers. It was a small baby that grew and got to the height of their parents and started challenging their parents. When I talk about Olusegun Obasanjo was learning on the job.
Yeah.
He wasn't into politics, so he came in and was learning on the job. And people were trying to take advantage of the little things he didn't know about politics. And that culminated into the, well, some people will tell you that the vice president then knelt down for him to allow him contest for the second term, which was in 2003. But then some of these things are basically rumors. I was not at the villa, but I pick information so here and there, and those things gradually grew to the point where those egos in the party grew bigger, interest grew bigger. While it was happening at the top there, it was trickling down to the states. The governors equally were becoming godfathers, and they had total control of the states. They decide who comes in, who goes out. It is common in politics, not just in Nigeria. It is common in politics. But then it depends on what do you really want the people? What are you presenting to the people? Because they are the ones who are supposed to be the first beneficiaries. So those things, godfathers here, godfathers there, from top to the bottom, grew in the party, where people decided who becomes governor in a state, and then they want to control the person from the top there, and then he decides who becomes a delegate, so that when during the national convention he determines who he will vote for. So those things, those little problems were the ones that grew to the point where the love was lost between the president then, Olusegun Obasanjo, and his vice president. And that thing took us to 2007, where Yaradua was drafted in. From my understanding, Umaru Musa Yaradua was not really interested in the presidency. He wanted, after 8 years, to go home, married himself. Then he had, I think there was some kind of underlying element.
Yeah.
So he wanted to marry himself. Unfortunately, the powers that be dragged him into it. And you could see that after some few years, we lost him. So the PDP is the cause of his problem. And it's all about ego. And today, this is where we are.
Okay, let's talk about the recent problem when it comes to the national chairman. We saw at a point Damagu was suspended. Later we heard Damagu was reinstated.
Yeah.
What can you say about the national leadership? Even Damagu was an acting, was a deputy, the chairman. We have seen situations a lot where chairmanships were removed, you know, and look at the current situation. What can you say about what is causing all this political struggle that it seems PDP is currently having?
It's all about power play. It's all about power play. It's all about, they said, when you hear people, those who are not in this game called politics, tell you that what we think about is the next election. That's it. Today we're just a year and few months into the tenure of this administration. But some people already are strategizing for the next election. That's just it.
Even when the government have not spent half of it.
No, that is just it. That's why I don't blame anybody when you talk about that politicians always think about the next election, not about the next generation. They don't think about what they have promises or what they promised the people. They don't think about what they already have as manifesto. Have we been able to achieve it? If not, then what are we supposed to do? Now, the PDP in 2023, the whole thing started about zoning. After the 2019 election, they agreed that the next president from the PDP was going to come from the south. I remember very well that even the PDP, the APC, and some other governors were in Asaba. There was this thing called, was it the Asaba Agreement or something?
Yes. Accord.
Asaba Accord.
Yes.
Okoa, the governor of Delta State then, was a champ. I think I can vividly remember him wearing a white kaftan with a red cap. They read the communique there that whether in PDP or in APC, they were going to support somebody from the south. They agreed. And for a governor, sir, somebody at such position in life, you expect them to own up to their words. Before you know it, rumors started going around. Some people from the north were flexing their muscles that agreement is not binding on them. The PDP has a constitution. Now let's go by the constitution. The constitution says if the president comes from the south, you should have the national chairman from the north. Politics played. The chairman emerged from the north, and so by going by the PDP constitution, automatically the presidential candidate was supposed to come from the south.
Yeah.
But as I said earlier, the issue about interest came in. What was it? Iocha, are you the national chairman? As far as I'm concerned, wasn't a statement. Because clearly all he needed to do was immediately after the PDP primaries, when Atiku Abubakar emerged, all he needed to do was for him to resign.
Since both of them are from
the north. But that didn't happen. Now, that was what brought the voice you hear today of who is called Governor Wike. Governor Wike, to me, he was injured by the power play in the PDP then. What am I saying? After the primaries, I'm aware the former vice president visited him and some other people in his home was it in Port Harcourt or in Abuja? They visited him. What transpired there, I can't be able to tell here. But as far as I am able to, as far as I'm concerned, it was a kind of trying to see how they could mend fences. But one thing Iocha Ayu said then, and I'm sure that is what has sparked up the anger in Yoson Wike today, was when he was commending Tambuwal for being the hero of the convention. This, you know very well that these contestants were still angry. They possibly might not be happy. It's always our thing that when we are not really good losers. But then all you needed to do was for you to allow those injuries to heal.
Yeah.
But no, he went on air to say that Tambuwal was the hero of that convention. Now, what was it? Tambuwal withdrew for the former vice president Atiku Abubakar.
At 9 minutes at the convention ground.
Yes, I was there. I was a witness. I saw it when he came up and spoke. Now, withdrawing there's nothing wrong in what he did. There's nothing actually wrong with what he did.
It's part of politics.
It's part of politics. The national chairman, who was supposed to be an unbiased umpire, wasn't supposed to have come on air to referee who had already yellow cards to players when they not even come up the pitch.
Yeah.
You get that? So already he now said that hero was Tambuwal was the hero of that convention, and that angered the Wike scam. And that is what we are still having today. You can't push away Wike from the party. You can't take him away. I will always, when he says that he has invested in party, yes, he has invested in this party. You may not like Wike's husky voice, but listen to the content of what he says. You may not like, some people will tell you that he has gone and taken his gogoro and now he's coming, look at what. No, leave the voice, but listen to the content of what he's saying. He clearly said, I will support a Southerner. And that was the Asaba agreement. And he's saying, going by that. And that was why he said he was going to support President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, since he's from the South. All the PDP was supposed to do then was just for them to have called themselves into a room. Egos down. Vice President, the former Vice President, Mr. Wike, I'm sorry. I don't know if he did that. But from Wike's voice, clearly he's showing nobody went to him to do that. I think then it was just like, why are you unnecessarily getting angry? Is it because we didn't pick you as vice president? You hear those commentaries from Nigerians. And if you are a politician, you equally want to you want to fight back. Yeah. And I think that is where we are today. All they needed to do, we have a BOT, which is the conscience of the party. What were they supposed to do? All they needed to do as the conscience of the party was to call this. We don't have to know. We don't have to know. When they said the former vice president, the former president Olusegun Obasanjo went and knelt down before Atiku Abubakar, whether if it is true or not, but I know there was this horse trading. Do this for me and allow me to do this. They did that. But were we there? No, nobody was there. But it's possible because the two of them sat and had that heart-to-heart discussion. That was why the former vice president accepted the reconciliation with his boss, which was costly, though. You know very well. A former military officer, if the rumors are true that he went and knelt down for a civilian first, and then secondly to his subordinate, you know, that was what angered, or rather, I will not say angered the president then, but then gradually the relationship broke up, and it resulted to him supporting a Yaradua instead of his own vice president. So what am I saying? In 2023, all we had then were very egos that refused to accept. Some people wanted to be massaged, their egos massaged. Some people were not ready. So today, we have different ways of showing our grievances. Wike is showing his this way, but Wike will not do. He will not show his anger the way you want him to. We are wired differently.
Yeah, that's true.
That's all. If my anger means me hitting my head on the TV, and his means taking a turn on his wife, will you force me into doing same with you?
Not at all.
I feel we still have the opportunity. The PDP has the opportunity, but those things that happen, are we going to throw them away? Have we been able to work on them? The issue of Damagun, how did Damagun come into play? It was as a result of those infighting that the courts possibly sponsored somebody who went to court from Benue State, and Yocha Ayu was suspended from his ward, which was the right thing to be done. And then before you know it, the court had asked him to leave. He had to resign. Damagun, who naturally, as the deputy national chairman from the north, by the PDP constitution, was supposed to take over, which he came in. Now, you know how it is. Becoming national chairman, and you want me to leave today? The biggest opposition party in Africa. You want me to leave today? So some people are are comfortable with Damagum being in office, and some people are not. And if Damagum now plays their own kind of drum and they enjoy the beats, so what do you expect? Will they ask Damagum to leave?
They will support him.
You support him. So we have camps in PDP. These camps are divided not only into two, because the ones we see are the ones you always talk about, Wike being the camp of Wike and then others. There are other smaller camps in the party, but then the biggest organ in the party, those who hold the party are the governors. I expect them to have placed the party in its proper position today, calling these two gentlemen or the parties together. But you know why we're where we are is because some people in the party, some governors in the party equally have interest in 2027. So what do? Do I want Damagum or I want to change? If I want Damagum to leave, who comes in? The person who comes in will have to now come in to play my own drum and jitter, so that what you expect me to dance and dance well, so that I'll be clapped for. So these little issues are what is really taking the PDP to where it is today. We're not really playing the position of an opposition. Let me tell you, in 2007, during the national convention of the party, well, in 2021, was it 21 or 22, when we had the national convention where Iyocha Ayu emerged as the national chairman?
Yeah.
Do you know who I wanted as the national publicity secretary of the party? Segun Showumi. Segun Showumi, anytime, any day. Today, as far as I'm concerned, the PDP has no voice, opposition voice, bigger than that of Segun Showumi. He speaks truth to power. He's not scared. He is in the PDP and he said he's not leaving the party. We are supposed to be engaging the government in power today, but we are busy with our infighting. So what opposition are we playing? You can't look at yourself internally when you can't handle your own issues. You want others, you want to correct on others who are there, who believe they are equally doing the right thing. You have to give them alternative. Nigerians want to see an alternative to the PDP. No matter what, to the APC. The APC today came together more or less like a fire brigade approach to politics. Most of them were former members of the PDP. They came together because they wanted to wrestle power from Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. What was wrong in Ebele Jonathan contesting in 2015? All we needed to do was to bury all our little problems and support Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. But most of them, members of the party, who felt that it was their turn for them to contest the presidency, decided to pull the roof down, and PDP left the villa. Today we are where we are today as opposition, not for any reason, but because of greed, selfishness of individuals. Led by who? I won't say.
Thank you so much. Now you talk about this weekend, and I think it's a good thing we talk about. We saw the issue of is it 5G governors, you know, which Wike was at that time the governor of, I think, Oyo, the governor of Benue, the governor of is it Abia, Enugu, you know, and all that. Now we have seen this power tussle between Wike and Fabua and Fubara. And Wike seems to be APC in Abuja, PDP in Rivers State. What can you say about the crisis in Rivers State?
Is it some things can only be stated by what the former or the person in question has said. First, Wike said before he joined the Tinubu administration, he had written letters to his party in the local government, the ward, the local government, state, and the national. He said he got their approval. So I'll go by that. That he had the permission of the PDP in both the states, the local government, state, and the national level, for him to serve in the cabinet of the APC. But then, take your mind. Can you cast your mind back? Between 1999 and 2003, the national chairman of the All Nigerian People's Party, no, was the national chairman or the national secretary, served as the special advisor to Chief Olusegun Obasanjo on agriculture. He's from Bauchi State, I think one Kumo. So you can decide to have a government of national unity.
Yeah.
You can bring contending. It's all about Nigeria, not about individuals.
Yeah.
So if Wike had decided to be in the party, in the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, it is to serve Nigeria, not to serve himself. That is different from the politics in Rivers State. Now, the day Wike and Fubara sat and agreed on you're going to be the next governor, none of us knew the terms. So if you sit somewhere after taking a bottle of mineral and you start analyzing what you are not privy to, you can just only air your view and articulate some points where you feel that these are the reasons why distance is where it's happening between the two former boss and subordinate. We never knew. None of them called us to the room. And let me tell you, do you know how difficult it is for me, Nelson Banker, if I'm in Fubara's shoe and you put me in the same room with Danladi Baidu, and they'll tell me to look Danladi Baidu in the face and tell him that no, I'm not going to, that agreement we had earlier, I'll not follow up to it again. Do you know what it is? My address, when you call Nelson, they'll tell you which Nelson Baidu, because that's my address. For 21 years, while in politics, I was serving him. For 21 years, diligently. So how now do you look at the issue between Wike and Fubara? I'm not privy to those information, but they said he was a level 14 officer, grew through the rank, became to the rank of Accountant General of the state.
Yeah.
So if that happened, Fubara is an Ijoman. Wike is Ikwere. The Ikweres in Rivers see themselves as the thief people in Benue. That's how they are. They believe they are the majority. They believe that
They
politics
to
rule in, but so with some kind of agreement, understanding between Wike and Ijoman, he decided to bring him in. None of us is privy to those information. None of us, are we sure? Are we not? It's possible they went to Okija. You know now. So no, you may not know. So it's possible he agreed to some terms, and now that he is the governor, he's looking at those terms as being draconian, that he cannot be able to
go by them.
So it is possible that and it is equally possible that Wike has an overbearing influence, or rather trying to put too much of pressure on him, and that's why he decided to be the man he is today. It's possible seeing Fubara. I see Fubara as somebody a gentleman, but you know what? It's possible that is not the voice of Fubara. Some people behind him who don't really like Wike, who felt Wike had taken more than enough from Rivers State, are the ones who have decided to push Fubara to tell him, be your man and build your own empire so that you can checkmate him. He did that. Somebody was there before. He had always said that agreement is
agreement. Is agreement.
So it's possible today.
But people are thinking that Wike should have allowed. He has served 8 years, and he contributed. He played a lot, as you said, in bringing Mubarak into power. You should have allowed him to run, because the interest of the Rivers people should be much paramount. Because now we've had cases of killing, and all that. What's your view about that?
You
Talking about godfatherism, that what is happening is purely godfatherism.
You see, to me, politics will handle the issue in Rivers, not the courts. Because if we go by the courts, this thing will fester till 2027. And at the end, the Rivers people are the ones who will suffer the brunt. Governance will suffer. Some people will lose their lives. What is it? It's all about control. Nothing more, nothing less. So today, I don't know if we still have statesmen. Because this thing happening in Rivers, I am saying it is a political solution that will bring an end to it. And then, what is it? You can decide to say, okay, as governor, as the FCT minister, I've decided to let things go. Or as governor of the state, I've decided to say to my former godfather, sir, I am sorry. This can be done between the both of them. They don't need anybody there. These things can be handled. The two of them can handle this. It's all about, but Wike feels slighted that as somebody who brought you, after Wike has issues with his Ekwere people for accepting to bring an Ijoman. He has issues with them. And today, the person you brought in equally is being pelled by his own people, the Ijo people. You might be telling him, see, now your turn, now your turn, now our turn. Put that man aside. After all, now so politics day. Please. I keep hearing when people tell you that politicians, that we politicians are in Hausa they say munafukeni. What is munafukeni in English? Munafukeni in English. Somebody who betrays, a betrayer. See, you don't have to be in politics only for you to be a betrayer, for you to be a munafuki. You don't have to be. If you are naturally a betrayer, even in church, even in the mosques, you'll be a betrayer. It's clear. You don't need anything. So people somewhere are telling them, some pastors are telling them, telling Mufubara that God has given you this thing. Don't allow it slip. If you allow this thing to leave your hands, this opportunity might not come. So these things, people like that still. So that's why I'm saying they don't really need third parties to handle what is happening in Rivers. Politics have to go by you have to put politics aside and look at governance, then look at the issue of this contending forces. What do we do? Let the two of them speak to themselves. One should be ready to stoop. One of them should be ready. Is either the FCT minister swallows his ego and says, okay, since you're there, continue. Or Fubara sees himself as somebody who has benefited a lot from Wike and goes to him to say, Master, see, because I remember there was a time I was watching was it the Federal National Executive Council meeting or the Federal Executive Council meeting? I saw Fubara walk through and didn't greet Wike.
Went and greeted
He
the
went
vice
and greeted
president.
the vice president. The vice president, after speaking for some few seconds, asked him to go back and
greet Wike.
And greet Wike. He went there.
Yeah.
Because they shook hands, and you don't need any other person to tell you to do that. It means it's not coming from the heart. So today, what they have, the people of Rivers are suffering. Governance is suffering. Look at the kind of damage just because of the local government election. Look at the kind of properties that were destroyed. Lives were lost just because of two people. And these two people, it is possible Wike is on his own, but Fubara definitely is being propelled by some people by the side, trying to tell him to be a man of yourself, be honor and be a man. You are the person in charge. When he was here, nobody was talking to him. He was saying that he was in charge. People who are in Abuja should remain in Abuja, and those in America should remain in America, and allow the people of Rivers run their government. But today is a different thing. But I still believe that they could stay, because the PDP, which is the working committee of the PDP, the board of trustees of the PDP, which is the conscience of the PDP. This is where they are supposed to come in. But do you know what? I fear, and I suspect that some of them have a kind of camp. They've taken camp. They've taken side. Some of them possibly. I'm not saying they have, but I feel that some of them have taken side. If not, I remember most of the things you hear them talking about Wike doing anti-party in Rivers. He's doing anti-party in Rivers. What has he succeeded in helping the governor do? He has, in the right manner, pushed the governor into doing the wrong thing. What do I mean by doing the wrong thing? Sponsoring the APP in Rivers State. What did he do? Somebody has taken away the party from you.
You have to move your candidates on.
So what have you done? Is it not anti-party also? If Wike is doing anti-party in APC, you are equally doing the same. For you to have sponsored the candidates in your party lost woefully in Rivers. What does that mean? Do incumbents or do political parties that ruling political parties in the state lose local government election? Do they? They don't. So how comes it happen in Rivers? These are questions. So that means the governor equally fell prey to Wike, and he went and did anti-party, supporting a different party from him. So what's the difference between the governor and Wike? If you are saying Wike did anti-party, the BOT chairman of the party, I don't want to be quoted, but I remember hearing him he was invited for a program in Abia. The governor of Abia is of the Labour Party, am I right? Or Abga is of the Labour Party. Now, if it was of the Labour Party, the BOT chairman went and was overwhelmed by what he saw. The governor, the Labour Party governor in Abia did. He now said the governor had earned himself a second term. What's that? The BOT chairman of the PDP said that on air. So, what are you saying? Is that not anti-party? You are trying to say that your party should not even go into the election, should not even contest in 2027. Because already you said the governor of the state has already earned himself a second term. So what do you expect? So you know why? It is no longer about conscience. We all talk about what is it, what am I going to get from this thing, and that is just why we are where we are today. This is not PDP. This is not the party I joined in 1999. This is not it. People were reprimanded in those days. You had the national chairman called Solomon Lar. You had Audwegbe. None of them will tolerate this. What is happening today in the party? Some of the people who are today flexing their muscles in the party were not really members of the PDP in those days. Or rather, if they were maybe playing politics of local government. They were not even state champions. And that is why today they found themselves, because they have very deep pockets, they feel the only thing that can keep you floating is your deep pocket. Maybe that is the reason why you could see where what is happening today, that they can't call these parties together. Somebody calls you for negotiation and he's telling you, giving you expo, that if we go for that negotiation, by the time we sit there, I will ask some certain questions that he cannot be able to answer. These are things that when we sit there, already you've taken side. So what do you expect? What do you expect? So this thing today, this is 2024. We're already a year, 6 months into the life of this administration, both at the federal and I fear that we may end up losing some states. That the PDP may end up losing some few states. I fear. I'm not saying I wish our house is in order, that we will take power from the center. But then, from the antics of individuals in the party, look at what happened to us in Edo. If for any reason we had our house in order, I don't think that thing that happened in Edo. Some of the members of the party, imagine that a former deputy governor or a serving deputy governor was working against his party in Edo. Shaibu. Why? They had issues with Obaseki, that the states, the National Working Committee of the party or the BOT of the party couldn't handle until when Shaibu was impeached.
And the court reinstated
him. That's just cosmetic. But the issue is that Shaibu was equally a force that helped Obaseki get into office. So if little issues came in between them, this what we have in Rivers today was as a result of this little bickering and what have you, and it grew. It wasn't handled by the party. And this is where we are. We've lost Edo. Who knows? If you go to Benue, there are 2 camps in Benue. There's that of Autom and that of Suswan. The PDP in Benue. If you go to Kano, same. So, what are we really doing? We are busy fighting ourselves instead of looking at the bigger picture. We need the presidency. APC has not shown capacity. Because today, what we are facing today in this country, some people, you know what they are trying to do? They want to divorce themselves from the APC, trying to make Bola Tinubu look like this is Bola Tinubu, this is him alone, and not. They are members of the APC, but they are not trying to identify with the president. They are trying to push the president. Everything you say, they will not tell you it is the APC. It is Bola Tinubu. So they want to divorce themselves from Bola Tinubu. You can't. He is riding on their mandate.
Yeah.
So if he is riding on their mandate, so why will you be talking about the APC? Is the APC different from Bola Ahmed Tinubu? No, because of what the country is going through today. Nobody is happy. Nobody wants to really identify with the APC, and that's the reason where we are where we are today. For any reason, well, then the APC, the PDP should have put his house in order, take advantage of the infighting, the economy that is in shambles. Look at how difficult it is for Nigerians to live today. How much have you paid for you to have electricity here?
Yeah.
Just for you to have me in this studio, you're going to spend a lot of money. Why? You're using a gen. These are very salient issues for PDP to use in taking this government out. But are we really doing that? We're not playing the opposition. We are only playing the position of you're on the left while this one is on the right. That's all. There are a lot of things to take on the APC. When I was watching the campaign in the United States, Trump, was it the last day of the election or what? He now said, is your life better than what it was 4 years ago, our lives better than what it was 9 years ago? Are we happy with the situation today? If we are not, then it is for us to wake up from our slumber, because people were sleeping. We need to wake up and ask these guys to leave. There's nothing. Hunger, yes. Even though me, I have my own perspective when you talk the issue about the good governance demonstration and what have you. I have my own
bad governance.
Bad governance. I have my own. I didn't agree with the protest because it was more or less like it took some kind of regional dimension, where today the North is protesting for bad governance. What happened under Buhari? Was it good one? When there was this general agitation for end strike, end SARS, what was it not doing? Was there any protest in the North? Or was it that because it was Buhari and it's from the North? So that's why me, I have my own reservations about the end bad governance protest. I didn't support that, and I wasn't a part of it. That's my position. Yes, there's hunger in the land. Yes, but was my stomach full in the last 8 years? Was I not facing this same situation? Was there light in Jalingo 24/7? Did Bola Ahmed Tinubu take over in 2023 and met the Numan Wukari Road tied and he decided to destroy it? There are a lot of things. So you don't try to shy away from the truth and tell Bola Ahmed Tinubu is part of the APC. So if there's any damage done to this country, it's the APC, not Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So that is the narrative they are changing. They are trying to tell us that no, it is all about Bola Ahmed Tinubu, not the APC. But it's not true. They are 5 and 6.
Thank you so much. If you are just joining us, this is Sun TV coming to you live from the city of Jalingo. And I want to most sincerely appreciate our guest who has been bearing our mind on this very important topic. We're going to take a quick commercial break now. When we come back, our discussion will continue. Please don't go away.
Are you a businessman or woman? Do you need loan to grow your business? At TARABA Business Development Center, we offer both business and personal loan with flexible repayment plan. We are located in different parts of Taraba State. Jalingo branch, opposite Civil Service Commission 183 Amarua Way, 090-3134-4333. Zing branch, Zenith Bank agent beside College of Education, Zing, 070-3125-2559. Yembu branch, Usi Plaza, Yembu Sardauna State, 080-8978-2725. ATC branch, Zenith Bank agents, Taraba State University shops, ATC Outer Kola Local Government, 090-7850-2712. Other centers to take up soon. This initiative is supported by Zenith Bank, Globus Bank, Wema Bank, and Guarantee Trust Bank. Super Cash.
Do you desire to have 280 and above in JAM? Taraba Business School TBS is here again with another wonderful offer. JAM Lesson and Computer-Based Test CBT every Mondays to Friday by 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. featuring all JAM courses, computer-based tests, WAEC and NACO tutorials at school located at the number 183 opposite Civil Service Commission, Hamarua Way, Jalingo, Taraba State. What are you waiting for? You and your children deserve the best. So grab this opportunity now. The lesson fee is affordable at the cost of 5,000 Naira per month. Take advantage of this rare opportunity. For more inquiries, contact 081-2854-3150 or 070-6342-8464 or 080-6466-0861. TARABA Business School, creating world-class entrepreneurs and professionals.
Thank you so much for joining us. If you are just joining us, this is today's politics on some TV. We have a lot of platform in which you can join us. We are already on so many decoders. You can get us on free to air. You can get us on Strong. You can get us on CSAT. You can get us on NASA. The frequency you get us is on 12587, and the symbol rate is 2625, and horizontal, and the satellite is the Nikon Sat AR position 42.5E. We are also on all the social media platform. You can get us on Facebook at Some TV. You can also get us on YouTube as Super Media TV, and you can also get us on our website, www.supermediatv.com. You can also get us on AFAX platform. All these platforms you can get us, and it's 24 hours broadcast. We will soon be on Start Time, and if God helped us, we'll also be on DSTV. So very soon we will be on so many. Already there are so many platforms. You can join this conversation that we are doing, and the number to send your text message or WhatsApp message or call is 0802059287 08020592870. So be part of this conversation. Let's know what's your view as far as what we are discussing is concerned. A few people who have joined us. Abraham Mina say, which role did the Boati play in the fall of the party? Thank you. You can send your message on our Facebook platform. Somebody say, great work, Some TV. Thank you so much. So keep your comments coming in, and at the cost of this program, we're going to look and take some of your comment. Our guest is still in the studio. I want to most sincerely appreciate you for being with us, Honorable Nelson Benka. Thank you so much.
Nelson Banker.
Yeah, Honorable. You know, having hold, he was a former special advisor. You were local government chairman. So we even see some people, just because they intended to contest, even though they later changed their mind, they became honorable. So who is more honorable than somebody like you?
Yeah, well, I prefer Mr. Nelson.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Now, let's come back home. Looking at PDP has a new leadership, led by Honorable Abubakar Bawa as the state chairman. What's your assessment of him this few months he has become the chairman of your party?
Well, you see, I think this question should not be, it should be, who is Abubakar Bawa?
Okay.
As a young man, I remember I was a sympathizer of the Social Democratic Party. In 1992, Abubakar Bawa was already the state chairman of the NRC.
Really?
Yes. He was the state chairman of the NRC. Then there were only two political parties, the PDP, the SDP, and the NRC. So imagine that a young Bawa in 1992 was already a state chairman. So what do you expect from him? So the PDP in this state is lucky to have him as the state party chairman. What you want? Experience, hardness. He has the courage. Today, there's no better person in that office than Abubakar Bawa. You see, experience is not bought from the market. He has all. As it is now, when you get into that secretariat, you now know there's a new sheriff in town. Clearly, he's charting the course. He just spent barely some few months. He's already reconciling members of the PDP, where he went and received about 12,000 APC supporters in Lao. That's the biggest catch in this state. So for you to have him do that, then the PDP should just be smiling to 2027 that already we have a sheriff that is going to take us to the promised land in Abubakar Bawa. I believe some people may have their misgivings about him coming. But then, as I earlier said, experience is not bought from the market. He has all it takes to lead this party to victory in 2027 and even in 2031. He has it. So today, it started from my own constituency in Lao. People seeing him handling the affairs of the party for just a few weeks or months are already leaving their party to join him in the PDP. There's a word in my local government, they call it Abare A. In Abare A, they're not members, they don't vote the PDP. They don't. But I believe with the coming of Bawa, we will see a change in Abare. We will see a change in Lautam. They are good. They are the gladiators that left the APC in Lao. The APC is already gone. Nothing is left. I jokingly said that even the unborn children of the APC members are already members of the PDP. So I want to really commend the party chairman for that. And you know what? He initiated. We didn't initiate the reconciliation. He did. We paid him a visit. And he said, from what he can see, there are issues in Lao, but he will make sure that he handles this issue. But first, we're going to welcome some visitors. How did he get to know me? I didn't know that we were expecting anybody from the campaign from the APC. He now told us that we'll have first handle that, then we'll come home and then handle our little problems. And what I was on Monday before a committee of reconciliation, which is chaired by Zik Sunday. I was there in Lao. We smiled after saying yes. Nerves were raised, anger. Clearly, it's a general phenomenon in politics, contending interests. So, but Abubakar Bawa has been able to bring all of us together and say, shield is what it was his idea and that of His Excellency Governor Kefas, that a committee should be set up, and my local government is the first. So looking at the issue about reconciliation and then having we this 12,000 who decamped from the APC to the PDP. I think I should just say, carry go, Abubakar Bawa. Nothing more.
Okay, let's look at that incident that happened. It was in Lao that the House of Assembly election was really keenly contested.
Yeah.
In fact, the court of the electoral tribunal initially gave the APC that local government before it was overturned by the Court of Appeal.
Yeah.
And we saw in that decamping, even the candidate that contested that House of Rep, talking about Emmanuel George, decamping.
Yeah.
What can you say about that historic event that happened in Lao? What prospect does it give your party in Lao, being a stakeholder in the local government?
What is going to happen in Lao is that I think I'm not even happy. Why am I saying I'm not happy? I'm not happy because we're not going to there's nobody to contend with again. Now, so it's going to be an in-house thing. So if you pick the ticket in PDP, you're already the winner of the election now. Nobody. Who is left again? All those people you see who decamped together with Emma George, the former vice chairman, I think 2 former local government chairmen, Buba Madugu, who is from Abari A. There's one philanthropist, one Alaji, is it Adamu? No. Yes, also from that area. They were major sponsors of the APC. Today they are not there. So what do you expect? So when I say I'm not happy, it's not that I am happy that but it's going to make me lazy. Because nearly everyone, the 12, remember we have 10 wards in Lao.
Yes.
The 10 APC chairmen, they camped to the PDP. All the APC chairmen in Lao, they come to the PDP.
All the 10 wards.
The 10 wards. All of them. So if you may end up going to Lao and not find the register, the APC register in Lao, because nobody is there to, they might not be even be a secretariat in any of the local government and in any of the ward. So to me, possibly the body language of Bawa is what has ushered in this new fresh air we're enjoying in Lao. So to me, the good thing, we have new people, those who, you could see, politics is give and take. Politics is give and take. What we today have between the PDP and the APC in Lao, we're going to come together as a family and then tell this one, which is what we always do. We have 5 major tribes in Lao, and we share positions according to these tribes. Today, the member of the State House of Assembly is a Yanda man. The commissioner is of the Basula extraction. The local government chairman is Mumie. The former, I think he left office just a few days or few weeks ago. The commissioner 3 in the local civil service commission is a Genjo man. And stuff like that. This is how we share positions. So all we need to do is just still go back, sit down as a family, share down and say, okay, if you contested the local government election and today let's do you have to continue from, do we have to still continue to trend from this tribe, or we have to change? If we need to change, fine. But then what I'm saying is that I am not seeing any opposition in Lao. What we have in Lao today is one big family called the PDP, an umbrella that will cover even those who are not attracted to the PDP umbrella, but they will still, when rain beat them, they will still come under the canopy. So that's what we have in Lao. Yes, Emma George contested against No Akila, but that's politics. Yeah, he accepted it, and today both of them are with the PDP. And some of those things were the reasons why Alhaji Bawa had to even say, and His Excellency saw the need for us to set up for them to set up the reconciliation committee, and that is just yeah. The committee is doing a good job. Who went there came out smiling. So as far as I'm concerned, in Lao, by extension in Taraba, I think the coast is clear for PDP.
Thank you so much. We'll be rounding up the conversation here. We just have just one more question for Honorable. But if you still want to be part of this conversation, you can comment in any of the platform you are watching us from. If you can send us a text message, you can call us, you can also send us a WhatsApp message, and the number to send those messages is 08020592870. 08020592870. You can call us, you can send us your text message, and you can also send a WhatsApp message. Remember that there are a lot of platforms you can keep watching. We have interesting program that is lined up for you. If you have a free-to-air strong DSAT or NASAT decoder, all you need to do is to research your decoder, and when you research your decoder, just look for the frequency 12589, and the symbol rate is 26250. The satellite is on Nikon Sat's AR position, and the position is 42.58. So if you have any of these decoder, all you need to do is to research, and on channel 002 you are going to see some TV. So we have a lot of interesting program every day like this, and different issues and different matter, news, current affairs, sport, world news across Nigeria, and what is trending on social media, and so many other programs that is lined up for you 247, and I can tell you that you will not regret being part of this program. Let's have your final thoughts about the prospect of your party in Nigeria. Do we see PDP coming back to presidency? What is the chances?
Well, me, I would prefer a bottom-top approach to issues. I think because as I earlier said, I said the governors, they are one of the most important organs of the party. And I think they are going to be the ones to proffer solution to the problem the party is facing today. Today in Taraba, as far as business is concerned, we're home and dry. We don't have issues here. Nobody is contending on the issue of whether, you see, PDP is a party. PDP is a party. PDP is a party where you have people who have patience, people you talk to and tell them, Abukina, Danwana, Kayakuri, and they listen. So I don't see anything different from what was done in the past, what was obtained in the past to happen today. The national politics, I said it clearly, the APC has given us room to take them out of the villa with a snap of our finger. But what do? We need all this, our ideologies, party ideologies and what have you, they must come to play. This issue about camps, little camps, we have to identify them and then bring them together and look at the goal, which is the presidency, and then see how we can take this thing away from the APC. I think the APC is suffering from leprosy. Their hands are not really grabbing the presidency. It is very easy for us, for the PDP to take it away from them. They are a combination of strange bedfellows coming together just to grab power. That was all they did. They were, this one came from here, this one came from here, just to take away power from the PDP and nothing more. So when they got into office, they got confused, and that is why we have bad governance today. So all we need to do, I am still taking this thing to the doorstep of the governors. His Excellency is a good manager, human manager. I know his level of intellect. I know when it was, he's a very godly person. So he could put in his experience as a military man. He's a pastor. Put together, call others, and let them speak to themselves and see how we can take ourselves. The Damagun or whatever or whoever is at the top there, it is not all about themselves. It is all about Nigeria. It is all about me and you. It is all about our unborn children. It is not about how old is Bola Tinubu. How old is Atiku? Atiku's son is a commissioner in Adamawa State. So that is tell you he has an adult who is old enough to be the president of Nigeria, so he can go and rest. Ahmed Bola Tinubu can even spend, if by 2027, you should give way. But power is not given or served on a platter. You don't take power like that. You must take power from them. You must work towards it. You must make sure that you have all that it takes for you to take away power, because the APC will not just, people were outside, they strategized and took power from the PDP, and you think they will go to sleep? Look at what they are doing. Check out the appointments. Check out what is happening in the Federal Executive Council, or rather, check the Economic Council. Check the economic team of the president. Check the security team of the president. I will not say it here, but I know you know what I mean. So it is easy for us to take power from them, but they will not allow us just wake up in the morning and then knock at the door and tell them to go out. No, the PDP has to do what it takes for it to wrestle power out of the APC, because by the time you get, they taught people now. They took people from us. The NPDP, led by the former vice president. So today, every one of us has realized that this is home. The best, we have better programs for this country under the PDP. Good luck, Odibele Jonathan. In this country, you were buying a bag of rice for 8,000. Today, how much is it? I asked this before I came into this studio. I want a place in Donada, somewhere in Lao, to go into the rice season farming. I asked how much is a hectare to hire. Is 150,000. I'm not joking. I'm not kidding. Even while the person was still calling me while I'm still having this interview, 150,000 to hire a place for you to just have 4 months of dry season. So you should know that the PDP is the best solution, nothing more, nothing less. Look at what His Excellency has just done lately, setting up a team to what? Try to see how we can build investment into the state.
But some people are complaining that they are members of the opposition. What can you say about that?
TARABA is bigger than any party. If you are a brain, if you have what it takes for us to be able to take ourselves from where we are at point A to point B, I think even if you are going to, do you really need somebody from the party? Do you really need that? You could compensate people, giving them some little contracts and what have you. There are offices that some individuals, party men, can occupy. But when it comes to issues where it has to do with technocrats. You need to bring technocrats on board. You need to bring people who are experienced. Somebody like Ubamigari, a former deputy governor, he has a younger brother, Barrister Megari. He is an international agro-allied businessman. Since Ubamigari has a younger brother like that, don't you think it's an advantage to us for us to have his younger brother in this state, where if he sets up equally an industry here, or he has his own partners, he could bring them into this state for them to all now set up industries here. What does he do? It's an advantage for every one of us. Employment for our youth. So you equally have what's it called? Senator Shaibu. Senator Shaibu, I don't know, I don't really know if it's a personal thing, but I understand that there's an Beneseed processing plant somewhere in Jalingo here. That is going to help both the women, both the youth, employment, and what have you. So it takes them off the streets. So if the governor feels that it is necessary for him to have such a team, so that it takes our youth away from the street and take off his thoughts, you know where we're coming from. His kind of style of development, his kind of development is not the normal one that we used to see, where, as far as I'm concerned, it is expected now that I should be seen on this Angwankasa. A grader is already, the roads are already being employed in the state. We should be seeing road construction and what have you. But you know what the governor is doing? He's not just looking at the now. He's equally looking at the future. He's looking at beyond 8 years as governor. So, but it's a new thing. We're not used to it. We're used to our crude method of development. So that's why when somebody sees him bringing this caliber of people, he just paid somebody, she and her own committee, one local committee. Sir, we should leave the era about crude development. I'm not saying we should do away with it, but the AI today, we're in the digital war. A lot of things you have to forecast and see, where will Taraba be in the next 8 years. So that's what he wants. But you know, it is not always easy for when change comes. It is not always easy for people to embrace change. So for me, what he is doing and what he has just done by putting up this committee, he has brought brains. Mark Husseini. Some people told me that they've had enough of his what's it called, the developmental strike, what he's bringing to the local government, that they want stomach infrastructure now, because what he has done in his own constituency is something for you to go and see. That's what I'm saying. So the same thing His Excellency today is silently empowering you. You could, I think just a few days ago, you saw what he did to the former badminton champion.
Yes.
This is a guy that has Jinka. Jinka should be, Taraba should be exporting badminton players. And that's what he did. He sent him to Egypt. Jinka was in Egypt for training. He is back. He has given him what he will use in trying to develop talents from all the local government. Sports is business. Agriculture is business. People still see it as just our normal way of trying to get 1 naira, 2 naira, and this primitive way of farming. Or it is business today. Everything is turned into business. So today, Taraba, this boy took us. He was a former African champion. He was a gold medalist at the All African Games, national champion severally. So today, we should be proud that the governor of Taraba State has identified this forgotten hero. And I believe that in the next 1-2 years, we will see the fruit of his labor. Taraba will change. We will see a new face. And I am sure we'll be pleased that we have Dr. Abu Kefas as the governor of this state.
Thank you so much. If we allowed our guests our guests can continue to speak to tomorrow. And it has been an interesting conversation with you. Thank you so much, Honorable Nelson Benka, for having you. Mr. Nelson Benka, for having you. We hope that next time when we invite you like this, you will come and dish out this your wealth of knowledge to us.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure. I want to say Taraba is ours. Let's look at it as our own baby and let it grow so that every one of us, there are low-hanging fruits that we should be able to enjoy. That's my position. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I want to thank all of you for being part of today's program. And today's politics comes off every Monday, every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So the next program is going to be on Saturday. And I want to thank you so much for being part of today. See you again on Saturday when I shall bring you another fresh edition of this program. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
Bye.